wanna be anybody else. Hey, you made me insecure. Told me I wasn't good enough, but who are you to judge? When you're a diamond in the rough, I'm sure you got some things you'd like to change about yourself, but when it comes to me, I wouldn't wanna be.
Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatin Nur Asila Nabiha binti Muhammad Shukri.
And I'm Nasamania binti Mama Iso.
Okay, we would like to present about PES analysis for external factors in Malaysia, Ministry of Education in Malaysia. Okay, first we proceed with PES analysis. PES analysis stands for political, economic, social and also technological. Okay, first we proceed with political, which that comprise with ASEAN FTA, improving quality of education, increasing emphasis on education. Okay, first ASEAN FTA. Okay, countries in FTA demand for high quality of education, and for example, Malaysia, Singapore, and China. China's students from China comes to Singapore for in order to study in the country. For example, 13 to 15,000 students from China study in Singapore. Meanwhile, 8,000 students from China studies in Malaysia. Okay, second is improving quality of education, which is in order to improve the quality of education, our government provide several scholarship that in our latest budget for 2018, which is there is 8 scholarship that available for the students. Okay, first we look for higher education scholarship and training under MARA, which is worth for 2.5 billion. Second, 90 million for Peneraju Professional Skills and Tunas Program. Third, 200 million for MARA Graduate Employability Training Scheme. Fourth, 555 million for Bumi Putra Entrepreneurship Empowerment Program. Okay. Next is 200 million for MARA Entrepreneurship Empowerment Program. 55 million for vendor capacity development programs such as Bumi Putra Youth Entrepreneurship Foundation Program. Next is 150 million for Pelaburan Hartanah Berhad, and last but not least, 150 million for Equity Nasional Berhad. Okay, now we proceed for our third point, which is increasing emphasis on education. Okay, according to budget 2018, government had increased the allocation of budget for in education. For example, for past 2017, 12.28 billion that have been allocated for in education sector. Meanwhile, in budget 2018, there is 13.89 billion, which is increase of 13.15% in allocation budget in education. Okay, next we proceed to economic. First, increased demand for education, and second, increasing preference for private schools over public schools. Okay, for the first point is increased demand for education, which is 57.5% in consumer expenditure from 2008 until 2013. So there is this indicates that our citizens demand for high education in Malaysia. Okay, next is increasing preference for private schools over public schools. Okay, this is because in 2009 decision to switch the teaching of maths and science to Bahasa, which is MBM MBI, or also known as PPSMI, but now as we have discussed in our previous presentation, which is for dual language program that government implement in Malaysia, but not all school will implement the program, which the program is still under the pilot program. Okay, now I pass to Nur Samaniatun.
Okay, next we move to the social, which we have 2 points. The first point is demand for higher level of education. As we know, and nowadays people mostly tend to continue their study to the higher institution level. So because of that, the demand to continue their study to higher level of education has increasing, and because of that, Ministry of Education has come up with Malaysian higher education landscape that comprise of 3 types, which is firstly private and public institution, second is community college, and lastly is polytechnic. As we know, nowadays we have a numerous number of private and public institution. So because of that, it is give opportunity to the student to continue their study to higher institution. So next we move to the second point of social, which is increase in enrollment in private institution. Okay, nowadays we have so many people tend to go to private institution instead of public institution. Also, according to National Association of Private Education International, international school has increases the enrollment of student around from under 6,000 in 2009 until now. We have around more than 34,000 students that decide to enroll in private institution than public institution. So the increasing number of the private student enroll in the private institution has caused the increasing of number of private institutions that register in Malaysia. Around until now, we have over 19 registered private institutions. Okay, next we move to the technological. So we have 3 points. Okay, the first point is changes to equipment required. Okay, due to the globalization, so the government, also MOE, need to cope up with the technology. So our education system has introduced several of system that to ensure that our system is standardized with the international system. Okay, two of the system that the MOE has introduced in our education system is firstly is TIMS, which is Trends in International Mathematics and Science Studies, and second is Program for International Student Assessment, which is PISA. These 2 program is to ensure that our education system in Malaysia is standardized with a national level. So it is about the standard of our program is can be accepted by international level. Okay, so we move to the second point, which is ebook. As we know, under the National Malaysian Education Blueprint 2013 until 2025. One of the thrust is to come up with the introduction of digital textbook, which is ebook. So one of the incentive that government has come up is to transfer the printed textbook to digital ebook. digital textbook in terms of teaching and learning. So it is to easier the student and also the teachers to bring the instead of bring a heavy textbook in class, so they can come up with just one iPad. So in the iPad they all have the learning materials in there. So thanks to the issue of heavy textbooks and so on, so government has come up with ebook, but not implemented yet in so many schools, especially in rural school. So lastly, we go to the term to manage IT system. Okay, mostly IT system is used in university or more higher institution level. It is a system to easier for student and the teachers or lecturer itself to communicate. For example, in UiTM we have e-learning, which is iLearn and also MOOC, to easier student and the lecturers to give out the information, give out the learning materials, notes, and so on. And also the existence of e-learnings, it is in terms of time, the student have availability and access of to the learning material is all the time, meaning to say that it is anytime, so the student can access the internet, access the e-learning anytime. So it is one of the advantages of the IT system. Okay, that's all from me, so thank you.
That's all from us. Thank you.
The Ministry of Education have internal strengths in terms of human resource. As human resource including intelligence, ability, skills and knowledge. Since Malaysia have rank of 14 out of 70 countries in terms of English proficiency by the English Proficiency Index 2015, thus Ministry of Education have indicate the dual language program in order to keep raising the band of English proficiency each year, as well as to improve the mastery level of English proficiency in our country. The expertise under Ministry of Education have run the pilot survey about this dual language program in order to identify the best strategies to further this implementation of this program. Not only that, to implement this program, qualified teachers are required, whereby teachers should be able to conduct the subject in English. However, this program has high tendency to be implemented. It is because before this, a program called PPSMI or Pengajian dan Pembelajaran Sains dan Matematik dalam Bahasa Inggeris have been established. So most of the teachers are not alien with this kind of program. Moreover, there are online language teaching center being set up to help teacher deliver this program to the student. Teacher also will be sent to the training program to increase their level of efficiency in teaching.
Ministry of Education has a financial strength which contributed by the federal government. Dual language program falls under 2016 budget, where 35 million has been allocated as part of the enhancement for the English language proficiency as advocated in the second wave 2016 to 2020 of Malaysia Educational Blueprint 2013 to 2025 as expansion of Uphold Bahasa Melayu, strengthen the Bahasa Inggeris program. A substantial amount was allocated, which 38.5 million was earmarked to facilitate a pilot project to launch dual language program in 2016. Meanwhile, in 2017, 90 million is allocated to boost the English language proficiency in school through dual language program. This allocation of budget is perceived to be sufficient in implementing the dual language program in terms of human resources, learning materials, and so on. With a numerous amount of budget, the Ministry of Education may focus to achieve the goal with less obstacles, and this allocation of funds is expected to generate better human capital for Malaysia in the future.